Hey guys, how's it going? It is a gorgeous morning out. I'm out a little bit later than I would like, but that's okay because we're not doing anything too crazy in the garden today. We're just going to be organizing my seeds and starting some new seeds today, and I'm really excited about this. There's a lot of bugs today, just forewarning you that I'm going to be doing this. There are a lot of things that I didn't start that I would have liked to have started, but it's not too late, so I'm very excited about that. This is how I've been organizing my seeds. Super thorough, super convenient. Not great. What I am going to be doing today is moving a lot of these things into this right here. I would like to do the photo book method of organizing my seeds, but I was gifted this by one of my sisters, and this is what I'm going to use. So I'm really excited about it. So there are a lot of things that I would like to get started and get myself organized. There's some seeds in here. I have no clue how they got in here, but it's fine. I think this is actually all vegetables that's in here, which I am going to move. Now there's definitely flowers in here. I'm definitely going to be moving these. I would like to do flowers in this, vegetables some other way, which will probably just be back in this basket. I just have way more flowers, and I prefer to grow flowers more than I prefer to grow vegetables. So we're going to talk about which flowers and maybe a few vegetables that you can still start this late in the growing season. And no, it's not too late. So we're going to pull everything out here. I have a lot of stuff that I would really like to grow. I just don't have the growing space for it. Pumpkins. I don't have enough room to grow any of these. I might start some of these Chinese miniature white pumpkins right here, just because it's a smaller pumpkin, and I could probably grow this on like a trellis. I am going to start some of these. That's what we're doing today. I want pumpkins so badly. Cosmos, we're going to pull all of these out. I'm not going to be organizing these today. Do I have a problem with seeds? Probably. Do I care? Probably not. Let's go over which vegetables that it's not too late to start. Like I said, pumpkins, those tend to get started a little bit later in the season anyway, so this is perfect. I will be starting some pumpkins today. Another thing that it's not too late to start is beans. Any kind of bean. This is a packet that I have had for years and since 2020, and I have actually saved seeds, and I just put beans right back in here, and all three of them have been great. These can be started super late in the growing season. They grow so incredibly fast. You can harvest them in 55 days. So as long as you have 55 days left in your growing season, which everyone should have, you can grow beans. I probably am not going to be starting any more beans today just because I don't need any more beans, but it's a really great one. Here's another one. This is beets. Beets are a fabulous one to start if you're getting late into the season and you just want to grow something. Beets grow usually within like 30 to 60 days, and you can start harvesting beets, which is really nice. It's like, I think, 45 days. Herbs are a fabulous one. They grow so incredibly fast, and it's pretty much every herb out there is a really, really great one. This right here is just some thyme called orange. You can grow your basil, you can grow your oregano, all of those things from seed. It is not too late, so if you don't have a full garden, you could just do a herb garden, and I think it's absolutely fabulous. So I'm not going to be starting any more herbs because I've already done all of my herbs for the growing season, but that gives you an idea. And this is called yard long bean. And this can be harvested in 65 days, so it's just another bean. So beans, herbs, things like that, things with a low harvest, days to maturity is a really good one. This right here is like a cool winter crop, so this is something that we'll be starting in the fall time. So I start seeds pretty much regularly throughout the growing season, just kind of depending on what things like and what they don't like. This is something that if I were to grow, I need to make sure that I'm kind of growing it in more shade because I am in a warmer area. The ideal for like Brussels sprouts is like below 75 degrees. I'm no longer below 75 degrees, so I don't grow a lot of these like crops very early in the spring, and I don't grow them throughout the growing season at all. I tend to just grow them during the winter exclusively. So that is my vegetables that I will be starting, or that I could be starting. The only one that I said I will be starting is pumpkins. Let's go over our flowers and what I will be starting and what I'm so excited to start. One thing that I will be starting is some sunflowers. I got these right here from Sunflower Selection. I've had them for a couple years now. I picked these up in 2022, and these ones are called the Pro Cut Gold Light DMR. They're my favorite sunflower out there. I grow them much closer together, and if you grow sunflowers too close together, they produce smaller heads, which I prefer. So I grow them very close together, so that way I get smaller blooms, and then I can use them. This is also a branching sunflower, meaning that you're not just gonna get one sunflower, you're gonna get a ton of sunflowers. So I'll be starting some more of these today. I already have a small field, but I do want to kind of succession sow them a little bit. So as of right now, we're up to sunflowers and pumpkins is what we will be starting. Next thing that we're going to be starting is we're going to be starting some zinnias, and zinnias are so fabulous. They grow so fast, they grow so big, and they give you so many blooms. This one right here is amazing. It's called Polar Bear. This one produces so many flowers, and I use it just kind of as like a filler in the garden beds, or I use it as a filler in flower arrangements. So we're going to be starting some of these today because I didn't start any, and if I did start them, they definitely didn't live. So we're going to be trying it again. The next thing is something that's a little controversial in most gardens, and that is morning glories. I love morning glories. I grow them. I'm not going to be starting any more today because I don't need more morning glories, but we are going to be starting some of these other things. But morning glories, they still have plenty enough time to be growing. Mine that self-seeded have just started to germinate, and they're about this big. So even if you started them now, you're not too far behind at all. They really like hot weather, and they produce all the way up till your very first frost. They get taken out by that frost. They are not hardy. The only thing is, like, some people don't like morning glories because they do tend to take over in the garden. They don't spread by rhizomes though, so these ones spread by seed. There is one called bindweed that's related to morning glory, and that one spreads by rhizome under the ground, and that one, you basically cannot get rid of it. It is so terrible to get rid of. It's just absolutely awful, and I feel bad for anybody who's dealing with it. I just found my first bindweed in my garden, and I'm not happy about it, so I made sure that I dug down and got the entire roots so it doesn't spread and take over. But this one only spreads by seed. So as long as you stay up on top of it, you're not going to have them popping up everywhere. I had them popping up in the area that I grew them, and then I went and I pulled all the seedlings that came up, and now I won't be dealing with morning glories in that area. So just caution, they self-seed very easily, and they will spread very easily. So you have to be mindful of that. They're not invasive in my area, so I do plant them. The next one that we're going to talk about is cosmos, and cosmos are one of my favorites in the garden. These are two different varieties right here. This is called Double Click, and this one is called Rosetta. Oh, gorgeous. I love cosmos. I'm going to start some of these today. Sometimes I have really good luck with them. Sometimes I don't have the best luck, but these grow so incredibly fast. They're so worth it to have in the garden. I use them in flower arrangements all the time. I've heard some people say that they don't like them in flower arrangements. I personally love them in flower arrangements. I even use the granary. If there's no like good looking flowers on the plant, I'll just cut some of the granary, and it makes for a fabulous filler in my container. So I'm going to start a couple of those today. I have a ton of cosmos seeds. I really like cosmos, so we'll be starting some of those. There's one called like Double Click Snow Puff, Fizzy White. I have 2 packs of the Double Click. There's cupcake ones, Rubenza. There's some really pretty yellow ones right there, and then that's a carrot. Oh shoot, that was a zinnia. So cosmos is another one that we're going to be starting today that you still have plenty enough time to do. The last one that I'm going to talk about right here, I'll pop a picture up on the screen. This is called Euphorbia, and I love Euphorbia. This one's called Mountain Snow. I've grown it for 2 years now, and it has been an amazing plant in the garden. Anytime, I had done a big drift of it, and anytime that it was seen, everyone asked, what is that? It was Mountain Snow Euphorbia, and it's an amazing plant. I really love it. On the back of the packet, it says recommended to direct sow these after your last frost. So that's how I know there's plenty enough time to start these. So I will be starting some more of these because I had a couple of them and they did get snapped, so they died. But we're going to start some more of these today because I love that plant. Now let's organize because this is so ridiculous. And I have zero understanding of this chaos right here. So this has multiple compartments, and I think I'm going to separate it by like most used, which will be cosmos, sunflowers, and zinnias, and then this will be alphabetical with everything else. So let's get that done really quickly. Now that I have my seeds finally organized, I feel so good. This has been something that's been on my to-do list. I should have done it last winter. I didn't do it, but now they're fully organized, which is really nice. They're all alphabetized in this back area right here, and I still have plenty enough room. I can buy more seeds if I so chose. And then I have my 3 pockets right here, which if you have less seeds than I do, which I feel like maybe a lot of people have less seeds than I have, this would be perfect for your plant tags to go in, and perfect for your markers, and perfect for maybe like a pair of gloves and and your dibbler and all of the things that you need to be able to start seeds and keep organized. I won't be doing that. So I've got my cosmos in this one, my zinnias in this one, and then my sunflowers in this one. These are the ones that I buy the most packets of, and these are the ones that I also tend to want to start the most of. So I've got them just readily available right in the front, and then everything else I might have 2 or 3 packets of, and they're alphabetized. Not 100%, it's like the A's are with the A's and they might be out of order, the amaranth are all together, but they're not like 100% alphabetized, but A's are with A's, B's are with B's, and so on. This is going to save me so much time now digging through this basket, and this has all my veggies, which I don't mind just digging through. I tend to not know what I want to start until I'm actually in the vegetable garden, and so this is kind of a easy way. I'll just take this basket out to the veggie garden and be able to just grab seeds out of it however I so choose. And then with this one, I'm really bad about leaving my seed baskets outside, and in the spring that's a problem because we get so much rain. So this metal one is going to be so nice because should I accidentally leave this out and it does get rained on or whatever, all of the seeds in here will be protected. So this is going to be a lifesaver. I will put a link to this one in the description down below. I think that this is actually an amazing seed starting kit right here, or a seed starting box. This is absolutely perfect. Now let's talk about which seeds we're going to start today. And I'm really excited about it. So we're going to be starting the euphorbia. This is called Mountain Snow, and it's one of my favorites to start in the garden. So beautiful. I've already started a few of them. They got snapped, so they didn't make it. But I have 2 of them that look absolutely amazing. Next, we're going to be starting a Cosmo. This is called Rosita, and she's really beautiful. I love Cosmos. Then we're going to be starting Double Click Pink right here, Double Click Rose right here, and I love Cosmos. I tend to start a lot of Cosmos. I didn't start any this year. This is a zinnia called Polar Bear, and I love zinnias. I think that they are so pretty. This one performs so well and performs with so many blooms, and it gets so big. It's an amazing one in the garden. The next thing that we're going to start is some squash right here. These are pumpkins. These are miniature white Chinese pumpkin. And I'm so excited to start this. Where they're going to go and grow, I don't know. Pumpkins tend to get absolutely enormous in this area, but I want to be able to grow my own pumpkins, and this is going to make it so I can grow a pumpkin on like a trellis or something like that, and I don't have to worry about it taking over the entire ground area. This is going to, I don't know. I think this might be a better idea. And then the last thing we're going to start is some sunflowers. This is the Gold Light DMR, and it is one of my favorite sunflowers to grow in the garden. It is a branching type sunflower, and it gets so many of these beautiful, beautiful flower heads on it. One thing to note though is with sunflowers, I tend to grow them much closer than is recommended. If you grow them at the proper size, you will get proper size sunflowers. I don't even remember the size on these. I bought these from Sunflower Selection, and it's kind of like a place where you're buying sunflower seeds in bulk. It's not for like the average home gardener. I think the smallest pack that they have was a couple hundred seeds, which is a lot of sunflowers, which I didn't mind. But if you grow them closer together, you get smaller flowers. If you grow them further apart, you get more normal sized flowers. I grow them closer together because I like to use them in flower arrangements, and it's going to make it so that I can just kind of like tuck sunflowers into any flower arrangement. So that's why I grow them very, very close together. And then another thing is I get asked every single time, Robbie, why are you starting seeds in seed trays when you could just be direct sowing them? And the problem with that is that I don't have good luck with that. I've only ever had good luck with Cosmos being direct sown, and even that is not 100%. So I really prefer to just do them in seed trays. We're gonna go over my seed trays in just a second. So I really prefer to do it that way because then I can keep 100%, like I can get better germination. I can keep an eye on all of my seedlings. I know what I'm doing that way, and it's not the end of the world. We're gonna go over what I use to start my seeds. You guys have all seen these before. I talk about this. This is a company that I have been buying from for years. I think probably 4 years at this point, and I'm now officially working with them as of this last year, last 6 months, I believe I've been working with them now, which has been absolutely amazing. So a lot of this stuff I did end up buying my own, but also a lot of it they have sent out. So we're getting into it. This is Bootstrap Farmer. This is how I start all of my seeds. This is a company that is made in the US, It is a small company. They have less than 10 employees, and they really just want people to be able to farm, and they want to be more sustainable. So all of their seed starting trays are fully recyclable. They're working on a program right now that I'm really excited about. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about it or not, but I'm talking about it. And it is that they'll make it so that way, if you get your seed trays and over the years, if anything starts to like break or lose color, or you have any issues with it, if you send it back to them, they'll send you a replacement, and they will guarantee that these seed trays will get turned into new seed trays. So they get reused, 100% recycled, instead of going to a recycling company and they don't get recycled, or you throw them in the landfill and they don't get recycled at all. So they're working on a program. It's not out yet. They're working on it. They're trying to figure everything out, the logistics of it. And I really hope that they do come through with that, because that would be super amazing. Let me show you what I'm going to be using. This is what I'm going to be using to start my seeds. This is the 72 cell count from Bootstrap, and this is one of my favorite things. This is the one thing that I bought. It has very large holes at the bottom, and then it has little slits on the side for air pruning, so it makes it so that your roots grow a lot stronger, a lot healthier. Instead of spiraling and going in circles, it makes it so they grow, they hit that air, and then they die off, and then it sends out new roots, and they hit the air and they die off, meaning that your roots, when you pull your plant out, aren't going to be spiraled and root bound and be super unhealthy. So this is going to allow the oxygen into the soil that we want and help with pruning and make it so that your plants are so much stronger and so much healthier. So I've noticed a pretty big success with using these. The only time that they die is if I don't water them. If you're going to buy anything from Bootstrap Farmer, I would recommend that you buy the Backyard Gardener's Bundle. That's kind of the one to buy if you're just wanting to get everything. And when you buy it, you can buy it in all of these colors. So it comes in an array of colors: the orange, the pink, the purple, the blue, and the green. The green has been my absolute favorite. I really have loved it. And you can get everything in all of the colors, which is cool. I tend to just buy black, and the only thing that I have is these, and I have some very large cells, even larger than this, that are in color. So if you're wanting to just buy certain things, these are called 1020 trays. Buy the 1020 trays. And then I bought these 72 cell count air pruning trays right here. You can also get these in any color. I just went with black, and these trays fit with everything. Then they have individual containers like this, or they have smaller ones, and then they have even larger ones. And those you want to buy the correct insert for. So these containers fit in this insert, and then these smaller containers fit in these inserts right here. And then these inserts fit the 1020 trays. So you really only need to buy the 1020 trays once, and then you can make it so that everything is versatile and all of your stuff fits inside your trays like this. The first year that I bought from them, I didn't buy any of these inserts, and it was my biggest regret. I wish that I had bought these inserts, because without these inserts, you're just putting your trays in here, and I'm telling you, they flop and they fall over. So if you don't buy the inserts with them, you're going to be really mad at yourself, especially when you have to pull your tray out to water it and things move around and fall because you potted up two things and not everything fits all of a sudden. So buy your 1020 trays, buy your insert, and buy the pots that you want. That's my spiel. And I bottom water everything. So what that means is I usually end up taking out one of these cells, and I fill this up with water till I see water pulling up through all of these cells, and then I let it wick up enough moisture that they're happy. Take this off, and then after they're fully watered, I can dump the water, the excess water, so it's not just sitting in water. And that is the best way that I've found to keep my plants alive, because I'm not good at it. And then Bootstrap also makes these really cool humidity domes. They're much taller than any humidity dome that I've ever seen anywhere else. So all of your plants, they fit in the cells, and the plants can grow a little bit, which is really nice. They have these vents on here that move, so you can open them or close them. I prefer to keep it closed because I'm really bad at watering my plants, especially seedlings. So let's go ahead and fill this up with some soil, and we will we'll put our seeds in our trays. we got it all done. I'm really excited about this. I just did 2 cells for pumpkins, and then I did 3 in 3/4 rows of sunflowers, 2 rows zinnias, 2 rows euphorbia, 2 rows cosmos, and 2 more rows of the other cosmo. So I'm all set. All of these are all ready to go. I tend to do 2 seeds per cell, except on the sunflowers, I always do 1 seed per cell. So it should be all good to go. I'm gonna throw the humidity dome over this, and they're gonna grow under some grow lights for a couple days. After that, I will wait until they get a little bit of size on them. I won't be potting these up just because I wanna get them in the landscape as soon as possible. And with that, I will be immediately hardening them off the second that I see every single one of these coming up, and they get their first set of true leaves, which I'm gonna be guessing is probably gonna be in about 2 weeks. They'll all have their first true leaf, and then I will bring them outside to harden them off. And so once I see every cell has germinated, I will take the humidity dome off, and they'll be ready to plant outside. So it's not too late to be starting seeds in your garden. I mean, I start seeds through the entire growing season. There are certain things that I know I can winter over. There's things that I know I can't winter over, and I'm still willing to risk it. So this is kind of your nudge that it's not too late. You can start vegetables, you can start flowers, you can start all kinds of different things. Just look at the days to maturity on the seed packet, and that's going to give you an idea. Shout out to Bootstrap Farmer for sending me all of these fun colors and seed trays, and thank you guys for coming along with me today. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye guys.